Hi, my name is Eric Ryden, certified sommelier and owner of the Grand Triage on the Upper East Side. I get asked all the time, what is my favorite wine to drink? And sometimes it changes, but more often than not, I find myself coming back to this bottle. It hails from California. It's a grape called Trousseau, which maybe we haven't heard of before. It normally is thought of as coming from Eastern France in an area called Jura, J-U-R-A, kind of like Jurassic, like dinosaurs. And so in Jura, you've got a couple kind of weirdo grapes, one of them Trousseau, and it usually takes on kind of a heavier profile there. But in California, this partnership winery between these two gentlemen, Arno Roberts, is just amazing. It's totally opposite though. It's not as heavy. I find that it's a little bit lighter and absolutely to die for. So we're gonna pop this bad boy open and see what's in their glass. So poured myself a pretty generous glass here, and you'll notice that color is super, super light, even translucent. And if you actually grab a sheet of paper, we've got some tasting notes here that we've been using for our Zoom classes. And you can actually, if you hover this over, you can actually see some of that verbiage below, right, straight through the juice. That is just how translucent it is. So that color, I think, is already in kind of stark comparison to what we're going to see in Jura. Smells great right off the bat. A lot of acidity. I'm salivating a ton. You get that pinch back here. Really zippy. Wow, still going with the acidity. You get a lot of rhubarb, strawberry rhubarb, kind of in that world. Maybe a little bit of sour cherry, tart cherry, things like that. Maybe a hint of like pomegranate, cranberry. There's also a nice, really like mossy, earthy twigginess. It's almost like you're eating those fruits like straight off of branches. It's so clean, so pure, so fresh. Also a little bit dirty, but kind of like in all the right ways. And all my natural wine fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But whew, easily my desert island wine that I will happily drink for the rest of my effing quarantine. Jura. This grape is normally super robust, much heavier, much fuller. So why is this the polar opposite? Well, Arno Roberts, the guys out in California who make this wine, really kind of do things a little bit differently. Total trailblazers in the ideology of what is old world wine, right? So old world wine, normally we think of it as just like the really old school traditions that are most popular in old school European winemaking. Well, in California, since we're a little bit behind the old world, most of the people that are trying to emulate old world styles in California, we are trying to either outdo them, like, oh yeah, old world, I can out old world the old world, right? And it becomes this really weird dick measuring contest where everyone loses, or we just simply copycat and we're just trying to emulate it to a T, right? Well, what I really like about Arno Roberts is rather than doing either of those two methods, they're just like, hey, is it cool if we just take your philosophies and just integrate them ourselves? And so they're taking the same grape, they're taking some philosophies, but then integrating a lot of natural and organic methods as well. And that's why this really just kind of takes on a very, very different identity. So we're big fans. And even though the grape is very, very similar, I think you have to think of this as a standalone wine that is totally separate from Jura. So that's my favorite wine, bar none, Arno Roberts, Trousseau, absolutely delicious, despite what mainstream media and fake news will lead you to believe. Riesling is not all Som's favorite grapes. Boom, right, Exhibit A. Anyway, unfortunately, this is not actually distributed in New York. You have to know someone who knows someone who knows someone who killed a guy to get one of these bottles. They're absolutely tasty. If we become besties, maybe I'll share some from my stash for you guys. But anyway, super tasty. Also, just a quick reminder to check out our tasting on Friday, where we're going to taste Le Comte Caché from La Livinière down in southern France. Super tasty. Can't wait to taste that with you guys. And also a quick reminder that we're doing private Zoom classes. Check out the link in bio and sign up for one of those soon. Anyway, stay safe, stay home, and